Hi, I'm Michael Joy. Welcome to Collage Talk. This is where I sit down and talk about some of the digital artwork that I've made. Blessing. Yeah, this one does have a sad feel, but there's a beauty to it as well. The sad feel is obvious. You have this very hard-worked farmer man. You can see the tan lines on his wrist that he's been laboring a long time. And it looks as though he's lost his family, his wife, all those close to him. And yet there's this angelic little girl there. And she is actually, if you notice closely, her dress is in the shape of a heart. She doesn't have feet. She's not standing on it. She's bringing the blessing to him. So his prayers are being answered. Child's eye. I like the idea of children being able to see things that adults can't see, and that their perspective, whether they can speak with words or not, that they have access to another realm that they can see. And I just like this idea of all these beautiful fairies flying around this little baby, and it's like, yeah, this is good, this is my day. And then somehow it disappears as an older person. But the child's eye, if we could only keep a little bit of that vision as adults, I think there'd be a lot less war. Butterfly Scout. Yeah, I was in the Boy Scouts when I was a kid, and it's, you know, where they kind of fake hurt you to treat you with the bandage. And I like that he was being healed with, it looks like someone was just playing a very sweet joke. Like the nurse happened to be his flirty girlfriend who was just leaving a little symbol of her love with him as he's falsely bandaged. Getting ready to probably go off and fight a real war instead of pretending like they are now. There's an innocence here into the Butterfly Scout. Godmother, another photograph that I think is from Lewis Hines and from the children's labor times of the early 20s when they were really in the Industrial Revolution shit show. And this little girl looks like she has just had the crap kicked out of her entire 9 years of life. And yet there's this godmother behind her. She has a guardian that her whole life isn't going to be like this forever. And these child images that I always try to bring another depth to, that they aren't as tragic. You know, it's the best I could do on this one. This is a hard image to see, this little girl's face. It's really hard to look at. Guardian. Well, from a young girl who was definitely seeing some toughness to this image where this young girl has received wings and she's somehow on the helping side now. I like that she's around kind of this normal neighborhood, kind of pots and pans, kids playing, but she's there. She's a part of the guardianship there. Maybe she grew up there. I don't know. I thought, what history does an angel have? And this is kind of like, yeah, well, I'm an angel, but I grew up here. You know, it's cute. Hothouse, another child labor picture here. You know, when you go into a greenhouse and there's plants in rows and rows and rows and just flower after flower, I was trying to think of how to put a good spin on something that wasn't good. And so I made the machinery that she was working on, individual vases of flowers, like she's manufacturing flowers. So at least it's something beautiful. And we gave her a really beautiful hat there. But these have an underlying tragedy to them. It's like a small bump of beauty. I can't take away the pain of these kids in these pictures, but I can shift it. Ghost Town. When we were kids, we used to go play in the desert and we'd have all sorts of fantasies and cowboys and Indian stuff. And I thought, well, what if cowboy and Indians was time travelers? You know, maybe the kids discover these portals that they get to go through. So when you look into this picture, you see the portal is definitely a different time. There's stone buildings versus the wooden buildings behind them from the 1800s. And I like this here, Ghost Town. It's not really dead, is it? Healer, a very simple portrait here, and there was something so established about this guy. But if you look at his fingers are very, very long, and some people would say, oh, you have the hands of a piano player, meaning you have really good reach. I gave him the hands of a healer, which he could hold your whole self in his hands. And it's a little ominous, but I don't know, it's kind of cool. Time Traveler's Daughter. Gosh, this is one of my top 10. This is an early collage that I made, and this one's unique because it has so many layers, and it has a little bit more narrative. You got this little kid here playing in her dad's estate grounds, and her dad's like this amazing, or her mom is this amazing time traveler, and yet she's a little bit oblivious. She's more interested in playing with this little bear, feeding him a donut, not quite realizing the magnificence of where she is. Time Traveler's Daughter. Kids don't know until they're adults how cool their parents were. Well, that's a note to my teenage daughter. Survivors. This is another collage where we bring in sort of the ethereal spirit of those who have died. These, the West and the church conquering the Indians, and yet the church is in ruins and the Indians are passing by on their sacred ground like, still our ground, we're still here. I love that. Thanks for watching. Please remember, it's important to us that you like and subscribe to this video, and be sure to look at the website for more, michaeljoyart.com. Hope to see you there.